Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of the Bad Idea Bros. Today you obviously aren't joining me on a bike, we're in a clapped out Corolla, and I've convinced some mates to come along. So the plan for this episode is to see how far we can get in this $200 car. We've got a bit of a route planned for the east coast of Tasmania, some really cool places to take in, and hopefully if the car plays along we'll get to see them all. Now, the guys that I've convinced to come along are Iain and Brodie. I've been friends with Iain since high school and we used to get up to all sorts of vehicular mayhem. So, well seasoned for this sort of stuff. The guys, as you can probably see from the video running now, this thing is an absolute beater. So it's going to be interesting. That being said, it's a Corolla and they do go forever. So let's get into this thing and see how it goes. Wish us luck. Alright. Well guys, so it begins. Let's see if this thing is going to start. It didn't first thing this morning, so that's why there's a jump pack in the back. Oh. Alright.
Let's go.
Let's go. So guys, it looks like we've picked a really good day for this one. Sun's out, although looking in the direction of the east coast there are some troubling black clouds. Car feels pretty smooth, not a lot to report at the moment. It is an old Corolla, so should be okay. I don't know. It wouldn't be as interesting if this thing was a guaranteed finish. Like, one thing I can't stand because I ride so much is poor bike behaviour.
Yeah.
And this guy behind me is doing all the dumb shit.
I like how he's got the good bike gear. So if he does have a prank, he'll end up with no toes and hands. Guys, so the Corolla has survived as far as Buckland, and just down here on the left is a historic tavern which I want to try and get a photo with the car. So I believe it should be down here. We'll either find it or we'll get lost trying. I may have taken the wrong one. No, I can see it. Handling of this car is non-existent. Floating.
Very floating. I'm assuming it's probably got the standard suspension in it. But just on the left here is ye Olde Buckland Inn, which is our first little photo stop. We might use this opportunity to pop the hood and just give it a bit of an eye over and see if we can see anything wrong. Better safe than sorry. Well, she smells a bit hot, but everything's intact. We've got a bit of oil spatter over the top of the motor there, but nothing too bad. I'm actually going to call that good. And it started. So guys, quick check under the hood and no problems. Feel a bit of heat coming off the motor, but that's to be expected. It was just climbing over the hills. But I actually think it's idling better now than when we first got in it this morning. I think this run's actually doing it a bit of good. Still showing a full tank of fuel and all the gauges look good. So that was the historic Buckland Inn, or ye old Buckland pub or something.
No beers this morning.
No beers this morning. It's way too early. Well, not for the fella in there, but it's way too early for us. So we'll pick up the main road again, guys, and keep pushing north.
Take the next right onto Burnett Street, then turn left onto High Street.
Thank you, GPS. So I think this is our second spot, 3 Arch Bridge. There we go.
Cool.
Alright, so wow. Wow.
Oh, because everyone would have been camping for Australia. Everyone's looking at it.
What the f is this piece of shit? Alright guys, so this is our second stop, the one that I was most worried about finding. There's an old historic bridge called the 3 Arch Bridge, and I've driven this road a lot but never actually stopped here, so I'm assuming we saw a sign on the way in. I'm assuming that it just sort of drops down and we can find it from there, but was definitely not expecting a packed camping site. I didn't even know it was a camping site. Yeah, so
getting a lot of looks.
Let's oh, the Corolla's drawing some great attention, so it's probably the nicest car here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's go and see if we can find this thing. Alright guys, so we're obviously hoofing it. The trail is directly ahead of us and we shouldn't have too far to go. But the sun's out, we've got amazing weather, and how are you finding it, guys?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good?
We haven't broken down. Nice weather, good company.
Well, it's been good. So obviously I've been out of Tasmania for quite some time, so been spending most of the car trip reminiscing at the moment. A lot of catching up to do, but guys, I'll flick the camera around so you can see the trail that we're walking down. So as you can see, we are within spitting distance of the beach, and I would assume we just continue straight ahead. I don't know, we'll figure it out. There it is, guys.
No way.
First look, we have access, so we probably should have just gone down to the beach. That would have been way easier than this. Don't break your neck, guys. And there it is, the 3 Arch Bridge. So this is a convict-built bridge. I don't know about the brick archways at the top. I would assume they're possibly later. They don't look like convict-made bricks, but this was part of the old coach road that was on the east coast. So this has been here for many, many years. And if I pan up, you can just see, just up the top there, the Armco railing of the new road. So it's considerably higher. They've built it up quite a way, obviously to get the strength in the road to tarmac on and everything, but it's kind of nice to know that the East Coast Road still finds the same route as the old coach road. It started. Nothing like a bit of anxiety every time you go to start a vehicle to see if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
Got an ant.
Especially in an auto, which you can't roll start.
Exactly, but the fuel gauge has gone down, so maybe it is just quite fuel efficient. So guys, that was a 3 tunnel bridge, or 3 arch bridge, sorry,
yeah.
And the car started, so we can carry on. An ant I squished was a piss ant.
Oh, now it's going to smell. Nothing like a bit of deodorant.
Gotta love the Australian insects. Yeah, I've driven past this so many times and never actually stopped here. Very way to the park range. Guys, we've successfully made another landmark, which is the Spiky Bridge, and the car is doing really well actually. The weather is also holding out. You can see behind me there's a few grey clouds and such, but you know, we'll see how we go. We're in a car, we're not going to get wet as we would on the bikes. But Spiky Bridge is an interesting little place, another convict-built area or bridge, and as far as I'm aware, nobody really knows why it's spiky. It's probably just decorative. I think that's probably the leading theory, but it's definitely something different. But nice little stop and something to break up the drive and stretch the legs again. So we're going to have a bit of a look here, and we will carry on north.
Go slow there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try and Brodie said he was getting a bit toasty. I know.
Actually, holy shit, it's got AC.
And it works.
Man, this car is like just punching above its weight.
Full of surprises.
That's excellent. I can't believe the AC works. What the heck?
Well, if the fuel gauge is accurate, it'll probably only take about less than 10 litres, but I don't know if it's accurate. 10 litres.
Oh,
So that fuel gauge is accurate.
so it's super reliable one.
So guys, yeah, the fuel gauge is accurate. That's unbelievable. We've used less than a quarter of a tank to do about 100. No, it's more than that. It's about 180 k's. I think. So $20.26 worth of gas at 187.9 cents a litre. This is a very efficient road trip. Just gonna give the engine a quick look over again while we're here, and honestly, it smells a bit hot, but nothing. No, man, we're still good. There's no leaks. Radiator's still intact. Might have accidentally bought a really good car. Alright guys, so the Corolla keeps surprising. Obviously after a very successful fuel stop, costing very little, we've now made it to our next destination, which is the Bicheno Blowhole. Hopefully the tide's in and it'll be impressive. I don't actually know. So short walk down to the beach and we will find out.
Yeah, those islands up there look cool. So it just comes in and channels up. There's the one down at the bar.
creek. So the beaches here should be exquisitely white, and we should have some more of those rust-coloured stones and stuff around from the looks of the photos that I've seen. So we're going to follow the short road down and hopefully end up where we plan to be. Made it to the next stop, which is the 4 Mile Creek Conservation Area. Now, as mentioned on the drive down this road, the beaches should be phenomenal here, and hopefully there should be some really pretty rocks to look at as well, which sounds like a strange thing to say, but it's all about the views on this one and all about the scenery. The Corolla is still performing really well, no issues whatsoever, and I feel confident in saying that's probably going to be the case for the rest of the trip. So it's using no fuel whatsoever. The fuel efficiency is ridiculous. Guys, looks like we've got a bit of beach track to amble down, and we'll see you guys at the beach. Oh man, holy shit. Yeah. Look how white this sand is. Damn. Just needed a bit of throttle.
Yeah.
We're good. Well guys, that was 4 Mile Creek. That was amazing. That sand was next level. Genuinely a nice surprise, and even though we're all from Tasmania, it's not somewhere that any of us have been before, so that was definitely a pleasant little find. Guys, today's been an absolutely cracking little adventure. Weather's held out, we've had no rain, the car has been brilliant. Probably said that a dozen times now, but this car has been such a pleasant surprise. So guys, let's keep going. Well guys, we made it. The $200 Corolla made it to St Helens, and we've done our lunch stop for Skipper's Fish Shop, which is right on the waterfront here at St Helens. So can you do a road trip in a cheap car? Absolutely. $200 Corolla, I think we got lucky. Genuinely surprised at how well that car goes, the fact that it's got aircon and the fact that we didn't break down once. The fuel efficiency is through the roof, it's unbelievably cheap to run, and it got us here. So guys, this is our stop for the day and the end of the episode. So as always, we thank you for following along. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.